those people are robbing you of your biggest strength, which is your ability to have a cup full enough that you can pour into the people that you care about the most and give them everything it is that you have. Welcome to the Ryan Rice Show, where we talk about what we learned yesterday that we can apply today so that we can be better tomorrow. I hope you enjoy and subscribe. What is going on, everyone? Happy Saturday. Good morning. Happy whatever day it is for you. I had a conversation with someone very close to me earlier this week, and I've noticed that she's been very stressed lately. And we had this conversation about her being stressed, and it turned into something that I thought would be valuable to share with you guys in the event that you get value out of this, or you have been stressed recently, maybe for the same reason, and we can kind of talk through what that looks like. So I'd like to dive into what that conversation was about and just kind of some of the things that we discussed, because I think it may be helpful. So I've noticed she's been very stressed, and so stressed that it's impacted her mental state, how she feels, how she behaves, as a result, of course, her actions. And she shared with me that the biggest source of that stress was another individual in her life, and just the things that individual did, the things he said, the things he didn't do that she thought that he should. And this is someone who interacts with her daily, or maybe not, if not daily, then every other day, but someone that's close interacts with her on a very regular basis, frequent interaction, and every single one of those interactions is typically poor. And so I notice over the course of a couple weeks that she was pretty stressed, and so I asked her, what was going on? It seems like you're stressed. Talk to me. Like, what is going on? And she told me the situation was the biggest thing that was bothering her was this, individual in her life that was bringing a ton of negativity and causing the stress. And so I listened and to some of the details about what was going on. And when she was done, I asked her, I said, hey, curious, is this someone that you look up to? And she said, no. And I said, okay, is it someone whose opinion of you matters to you? And she said, absolutely not. And I said, okay. I was like, does this person have values that you want to espouse, or do you want to be like this person in any way? And she said, no. And so I looked at her and I said, well, then why are you giving them power over you and power over your mental state? Which then, of course, essentially that person, you have given power over that person over what actions that you take. And so therefore you have given power to that person for the outcomes in your life. Why are you doing that? And she was silent. And I said, by allowing this person to impact your mental state, in all reality, this individual who you don't look up to, you don't want to be like, you don't care about the opinion of you because it's not someone whom you value or whose values that you want to espouse, is controlling the outcomes of your life. And because the person is causing you so much stress, it impacts your state so much, which then impacts your actions. And then, of course, your actions are impacting your results. And so I asked her, I said, when are you going to take that power back from this person and not give it back to them? When are you going to remove any power that they have over you? Because in all reality, what's happening right now, because that person is giving you so much stress, they currently have power over your life and the actions that happen in your life. And she thought about that for a second, and she was like, yeah, I guess I didn't think of it like that. And then she told me that she felt obligated to help because of the situation that was going on with this individual. The person that's close to me is also has some religious beliefs that are very, pour into other people beliefs. And the person in her life that's causing her this trouble is close to her relationally, and the person that's close to me has a huge heart. I mean, very, very big heart, felt obligated to help this other individual. And because she was stressed, it had impacted her state so much that, she was running out of any steam to give to the people around her who she actually cares about, whose values she does want to espouse, who she does want to, give love to. And so I use this analogy. There's an analogy that is very visual for me, and I don't remember actually where I picked it up. But it's a pretty basic analogy. You may have even heard it before. And so, but I asked her, I said, imagine that you're a cup full of water, and the water filled to the brim of that cup is what you are able to then pour into the people around you. And right now, what is happening is that you are allowing this other individual, who, again, I want to reiterate, doesn't have values that you want to espouse. You don't care about what they think about you, is not someone that you look up to. You're letting that person you are letting that person rob all of the water that is in that cup. And because she's so focused on pouring into others, because you are so focused on pouring into others, including that individual who is right now has power over your behavior, you're pouring, your cup has run out and it's empty. And he's continuing to rob you of what's in that cup. But you simultaneously are trying to pour into the people around you that you care about, as well as him. And how is it possible that you're going to do that? You're so stressed right now that you have nothing left to give the people around you, including that individual. Real quick, as you guys know, I just recently started this podcast. If you could give it a rating with a quick tap of the thumb, that would mean the world to me. And even more importantly, it could help spread the word to a broader audience, which in turn could help change a life. Thank you so much, and let's get back to the show. And if you don't set some boundaries and fill up your own cup first, how are you possibly going to pour into the people around you who you actually care about? It's impossible. You don't have anything left to give. And she essentially felt bad prioritizing the process of filling up her own cup, because she's ingrained into her core that she's going to pour into the people around her. She's got a big heart. Like, that's her focus, is giving to others. And she didn't realize that she was allowing this other person to rob everything that was inside of her. And because she hadn't established some clear boundaries and wasn't focused on keeping herself full first, or making sure that her own cup was full first, she was running out of steam to pour into the people around her whom she actually cared about. And most importantly, she realized that she's giving someone power over her own actions. And again, someone that she has no high regard for in the first place. And so we had this good light bulb moment together, and she was like, yeah, I hadn't thought about it that before. I'm going to have to think about how I can change my behavior. And I could tell that there was this moment where, like, oh yeah, maybe I shouldn't feel as guilty for pouring, like making sure that my own cup is full first before I can pour into those around me. So I think there's two key learnings here: not feeling guilty to ensure that your own cup is full, and then two, not letting others who you care nothing about to rob you or have power over what it is that you're actually doing with your life. Which is it's a lot easier to say, but I think it's very common, right? Whether it's we're doing something and, the Instagram trolls are after us, and, or we're about to do something and we're like, man, I don't want to do that because of what this one or what this one or two people might think about. This person might think this, or this person might think that, and it prevents us from taking that action. And so in all reality, someone who's probably not thinking about us at all, we are giving them power over our own actions, and therefore over on our own results. And I think about this a lot in my business, and I thought the story was good enough to share in the event that it would help you with anything that you're going through, or maybe if you're worried about someone else's opinion, or you're letting somebody rob you of what you have the ability to actually give back to the people around you that you care about. I apply this a lot in my business. And how it applies to me is so I run a team now, and I constantly think about, like, I know that I'm going to get the most effective results, the highest level of efficiency, the highest level of dedication, the highest level of care for the clients that we're working with if I'm constantly pouring into my team. And so I protect my own cup and making sure that my own cup is full. And I do that through, it could be getting enough sleep. It could be going to the gym every day. It could be eating correctly. It could be having conversations with people who I truly care about. It could be avoiding relationships that drain me. I make sure to prioritize blocking people out of my world that are going to bring me negativity, or who I want nothing to do with, or I don't want to be like them at all. And I am constantly around people who have values that I want to espouse or who I want to be like. And I found that the more I can remove toxic relationships or toxic people from my life, or, even if toxic is an aggressive word, the better that I can remove people from my life that are mentally draining or are draining me in some way. And therefore it's impacting. I only have so much, water in the cup per se to go around. And if someone is detracting that from my cup and it's impacting my ability to pour into the people who I actually care about, then I've realized that I need to just not interact with people like that anymore. And so that's kind of how I'm applying it in my business. And I constantly think about, like, there's no priority higher in my business than how much I'm pouring into my team and giving them everything that I have, so that, then their cup is full and they can go pour into our clients or whatever role or whatever seat that they're sitting in. And so maybe you're a mom, maybe you're a dad, maybe you're a business owner, but I would really encourage you, don't let others that are draining your cup do it anymore, right? The people that are around you that you want to constantly pour into, it is worth you cutting off the people that are draining your cup so that you can then give the people around you whom you care about everything it is that you have to give. And especially if there's an individual or two or three in your life where it feels like every time that you're around them, you are drained mentally, or you're drained physically, or you leave an interaction and you're just not in a state that you want to be. And that person is not someone that you want to be like. That person is doesn't have values that you espouse. But those people are robbing you of your biggest strength, which is your ability to have a cup full enough that you can pour into the people that you care about the most and give them everything it is that you have. And so, I thought this was a good, quick little piece or example that I wanted to share, because I thought it was applicable on so many different levels. And, a lot of times when I see stress, I see it caused by something similar to what we just talked about. And so, great way to decrease stress and, make sure that you have enough to pour into the people around you is by just stop being around people that are constantly draining you. And I think you'll be able to, or you'll find, as I have found by applying some of what we just talked about, that you'll have the ability to then pour into the people around you whom you actually care about and give them everything that you have. So short and sweet today. I hope you guys got value out of that. Thank you so much for the love on this podcast. I've had a lot of people reach out, and I'm truly grateful for the kind words, the ratings, the reviews, which, by the way, this is brand new. If you could take a second to, if you get any sort of value out of this, or this struck any set of chord, if you could take a second just to give the podcast a rating, and if you're feeling extra thrifty, then giving it a review would be super helpful. But really appreciate all the love that I've gotten so far, and I'm going to continue working hard to make value for you guys. And I really enjoy it, and I'm getting a lot out of this myself. So love you guys. Have a great day, and I'll catch you on the next one. Peace.